Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Viewer discretion is advised. The last nightcap of 2025. Let's have a great show. Let's end the year right.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap here on Boom Broadcasting, hosted by yours truly. I am the Mike that likes to mouth off. I am mouthing off with Mike, and you're probably all shocked. You're probably all shocked. 48 hours ago, we ended the Saturday night's main event watch along. I was joined in the last kind of hour and a half, 2 hours of the show by none other than Podcast Smitty. Say his name and he appears. What's good, Podcast Smitty? What's good? Good brother. Yeah, you would have thought that I wouldn't be here. You probably didn't know where I was. I was sad for a bit, still in utter disbelief that our never give up hero himself, John Cena, ended up giving up and tapping out to the ring general Gunther. Opportune time. We're kicking off the nightcap with a little bit of a video package that they showed last week, all week, of the superstars with their "Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks." But we were somber for a bit looking back on it. There's a lot that I could say. Really about the whole retirement tour. You know, there was peaks and valleys. That is the best way I could describe it. We had some great matches, you know, during the tour, right? Cena Punk, Cena Orton, Cena Sami Zayn. Last Saturday night felt weird. You know, tonight's Raw, while we are on the subject of the ring general and John Cena, tonight's Raw opened up with Gunther saying that he made John Cena give up and tap like a little bitch while he was serenaded by the booze from Hershey, Pennsylvania. And you know, if you know anything about Hershey, Pennsylvania, you know they got the chocolate over there. You know, a little Hershey's Kiss, you know, a little Hershey's bar, a little Reese's. Miss me with that Reese's. You say Reese's, not Reese's. We're gonna have to have a conversation. Were you saying tomato, not tomato? What are we doing here? Hershey's sweet. They were not sweet tonight. That was the joke I was making. Lost my train of thought. Last nightcap of 2025. We're gonna start 2026 off right. January 5th, Monday Night Raw. 1 year anniversary. 1 year anniversary of Raw on Netflix. We are going to get, as of now, we have 2 championship matches announced. CM Punk defends against Braun Breaker. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky challenge the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championship. I expect no less here than a massive January 5th show for Netflix for the year anniversary of Raw. And I expect WWE to try to start off 2026 on the right foot, especially with the Royal Rumble hanging down at the end of the month in January, and especially because it's going to be overseas in Saudi Arabia. So you have to feel WWE is going to probably want to go out of their way to make sure that January is hot to start the year. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee here with Jackie Redmond. Okay. All right. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are just going to be fighting tag team champions. They're just going to have a little open challenge every other week or every week, it seems like. And it looks like the Usos, as of now, are on the list at number 1 with the number 1 contenders, beating the New Day. Nikki Bella interrupted the great women's world title match we had with Stephanie and Raquel. And here she is with Jackie. Now I'm confused here. Now Nikki's wearing a red shirt. She's supposed to be wearing a black shirt to signify she's a heel. Just saying. She did a whole thing about this. She did a whole thing about it. She's a legend. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. You about to think Stephanie and Raquel should be shining her boots? Hold on a second here. What do we have for the end of Raw? What's the main event tonight? Is the main event? Next Raw, Happy Holidays, next Monday on Netflix, Bayley versus Roxanne. Ooh, Raw, Happy Holidays. Javon versus Rayo, which is, I think, Pete Dunne. I'm pretty sure that's Pete Dunne or Tyler Bate or one of them. Okay. Rhea versus Asuka next Monday. Okay, I'm on board with this. I'm good with that. Asuka did hit her with the mist earlier tonight. We still have a lot to cover from the beginning of Raw. This is a great opportunity while we have a little commercial break. Double taping at SmackDown Friday. Yes, indeed, Rick. Yes, indeed. We've got a double taping tonight here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They are taping a SmackDown. Well, I should say they already taped SmackDown earlier in the evening. This photo comes from our very own Wayne, the model, from Boom Broadcasting. He's a friend of Boom Broadcasting. He used to have a show, Sideline Savants. He passed the torch to our host of the NBA only show on Boom, Jason, 3 from Deep. Jason hosts Sideline Savants and 3 from Deep. He's in great hands. We're all in the same fantasy league, believe it or not. He's at this event here tonight in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and sent me that photo. So there you go. They tape SmackDown before Raw. Very rare. It's usually after the live show. Oh, Maxine's finger's a little busted. Maxine's celebrating with Bayley backstage. It's pretty cool. Ooh. Bayley's not happy about losing to Sol Ruka. Oh. Bayley loses to Roxanne next week. We better. There you go, Bayley. I like Lyra. Lyra. Okay. Lyra really said, let me just light a fire here under Bayley real quick. Get her a little crazy. I could go for multiple personality disorder, Bayley. I could definitely be on board with multiple personality disorder, Bayley. I'm in the mood for that. Kenny Gainwell is in the red zone. Please, for all that is holy in this world, if the fantasy gods are listening, I really need a Kenny Gainwell touchdown right now. It is 159 to 136. 6 points for a Kenny Gainwell touchdown here in the third quarter of this game could do huge things for me because my opponent has Devin Achane and the Dolphins defense playing right now. Now, if the Dolphins defense continues to get scored on, his defense will lose 6 points, which will put this at a 153. If Kenny Gainwell can get a touchdown here, that's 6 points. That puts us at 153 to 142. 153 to 142. It's still a quarter of football left to play. Anything can happen at that point, baby. Anything can happen. I'm still alive in this right now. There's still hope. There's still hope. We're still delusional. We're delusional. Come for the wrestling podcast variety show. Stay for the delusional fantasy takes. That's what I have to say. That's what I have to say. Yo, top comment of the evening tonight will already be awarded 12 minutes into the stream to our good friend Booking Like a Mark. Go follow him at Booking Like Mark. You could always do a pre-taped show for Raw next week to go with the pre-taped Raw. Very well could. We really could do a pre-taped show, but then again, pre-taped show for Raw that you technically haven't watched? I don't know how that works. Because I think because it's pre-taped, it'll be available on Netflix earlier in the day. I've learned this when it comes to having, the good old V, talking VPN. Learn that the Netflix pre-taped gets on there uploaded earlier than when it goes live because it's pre-taped. I'm pretty sure. Because when I did that SmackDown Nightcap a few weeks ago, and it was the pre-taped SmackDown, I watched that on Netflix, and it was an hour and a half straight. That was it. I was recapping the main event. You guys were still watching Charlotte and Oh. See, it wouldn't have been bad. It wouldn't have been bad if it was just my hand. It was just the fucking point of my thumb. Fuck. Ow. All right, I want you guys to know. You guys are going to know something here, all right? You hear that noise? That's metal. This table that I'm on is metal that holds everything together. So I just went like this. I just Samoan spiked my metal table. Ow. Did I join the wrong show? Mike is grunting and shaking his head. Listen, I hurt myself. This is what they don't tell you about live streaming. Dami Feds, thanks for the repost, good brother. We were giving Mark some praise here, and I'm over here just injuring myself. Owie. All right, we're back. We're so back. Look, it really hurt. It really hurt. It hurt. I got hurt. All right. This is a serious injury. I'm going to be out 4 to 6 weeks here. Is the main event of Raw Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio? What? Hold on a minute. Hold your horses. It is 10:03 Eastern Standard. Main event of Raw is Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. I'm happy for Rey Mysterio, GOAT, legend, Hall of Famer, one of my favorites of all time. Why didn't the women's world title match main event Raw tonight? I better get a masked man if you're main eventing this show with Logan Paul. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do my own. I do my own. Reposted. We gotta bring all you people in here. We're bringing We're bringing worlds collide here. This is like the worlds collide nightcap. I'm trying to branch out the show. Mike told him he has his back, so it's Masked Man again. Yeah, Punk told him he has his back. Why did I say Mike? I'm Mike. Punk told him he has his back, so it's Masked Man again. Yeah, Masked Man. It's because our favorite booker booked the show. Yes, our favorite booker, aka Triple H, triple fraud, man. I mean, look, I've had 48 hours to sit and ponder upon the Gunther Cena. Oh, Logan Paul, you scoundrel. You fucking scoundrel. You fucking scoundrel. You scoundrel. I did love Punk tonight calling him a YouTube scammer. Thought that was 10 out of 10. Punk's promo tonight, I really can't wait to break into that here tonight, because Punk tonight, it felt like the most I've felt, that the most, I don't know, maybe it's the most CM Punk has applied himself to a feud since the Drew McIntyre Seth feud. Oh, I understand. Stop shaking your hand under the desk. It looks crazy on TV. Got it. No, yeah. What actually happened earlier was I went like this. I Samoan spiked my table, thumb right to the table, and as you can see the shake, and it's solid steel. It's a solid steel table. So I've injured myself. I hurt myself. I gave myself a little boo-boo. It's a little owie. Kenny Gainwell did not score a touchdown that drive. What did the Steelers do? You know what happened? You know why? You know why Kenny Gainwell didn't score a touchdown on that drive? Because they keep taking him out and putting sick Jalen Warren in the game. Jalen Warren's got like the flu. Get this fool out of the game. Put Kenny Gainwell in. Listen, I wish the Eagles would have kept Kenny Gainwell. He would have been a great complimentary back to Saquon. Tank Bigsby's a great complimentary back to Saquon. They just don't use him properly because the offensive coordinator's got his head up his ass. What is Jalen Warren doing right now? How many points does Jalen Warren have? He's got 4. Kenny Gainwell's bothering the load right here. Listen, Kenny Gainwell, touchdown. Who scored a touchdown? Oh, DK Metcalf. Oh, fuck. All right, that's good though. That's good. They're gonna run the ball now. They've got a huge lead. They're gonna run the ball. Kenny G's gonna cruise me to a fantasy comeback win of epic proportions tonight. Devin Chain is not going to get any touchdowns. It's going to be great. It's 21-3. Yeah, lose those points. It's only 18 points, guys. Hear me out. Kenny Gainwell rips off a 45-yard touchdown run. I win. We're back. We are back. We have never been more back. I am delusional right now. I got smoked. I made the playoffs in 4 leagues. Okay. I'm going to lose. Or excuse me, I made the playoffs in 3 leagues. I'm going to lose in 2 out of 3. Unless Kenny Gainwell puts the team on his back right now. We're going to need it. Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio has been slightly boring. It's slightly boring. I can't even lie. Logan Paul grabbed some guy's phone in the front row on a commercial break and is recording a video for the guy. That'll be on TikTok in like no time. Joe Tessitore literally telling the people on commentary, you guys don't hear it because you're on commercial, literally saying, well, that's going to go viral as soon as it hits TikTok. Insane levels. Insane. When you see that TikTok tonight, when you guys are scrolling cozied up in your beds, all nestled up, warm and cozy. You're scrolling TikTok because you're procrastinating going to sleep. Yeah, I speak from personal anecdote. And you see that TikTok, you know exactly what I'm saying. I hate to say it, but they recorded SmackDown before, and then that crowd is gassed. That is what I told Wayne the model when he texted me the photo from the SmackDown taping. I said, They're taping SmackDown before Raw. They're pre-taping SmackDown before the live show, meaning the crowd for the pre-tape is going to be electric. Meanwhile, the crowd for Raw tonight has been very sluggish outside of CM Punk. And then again, this crowd most likely took the drive from DC to PA because they were like, fuck it, might as well. And we also just watched John Cena retire. So this crowd could also be a little depressed, you know? I know I had a couple Steve Weisers over the weekend to drown my sorrows. Why is he just doing big boots all of a sudden, Logan Paul? Did Logan Paul start accidentally watching Hogan clip recently and now he's just, he really just started watching Hogan clip because he just did a split leg drop after doing the most Hogan-esque big boot. What the? This is the main event. This is going to be another ending of Raw with the Vision and the Masked Man. Who's the Masked Man? Is it Theory? Is it Ford? Is it KSI? Is it the Gobbledygooker? Is it Mouthing Off with Mike? Who could it be? Find out on the next episode of Monday Night Raw. And then we go back to next week and we go into the pre-tape. They're not going to reveal shit on the next 2 weeks of Raw and SmackDown. So they're literally going to reveal this. You know when. Say it with me. Type it out in the chat for me, please. They're going to reveal the Masked Man on January 5th. That's the only logical next big live show to make any sort of live debut or unveiling where it's going to get a ton of airwaves and virality out there on social media. They're going to do it on the January 5th episode. First episode of Raw on Netflix. There it is. Yay. See, Rick's with me. He knows. He does have Mav, no style in his pants. Yeah, he does have the Mav in the NWO font. That is true. Oh, has he been subconsciously referring to himself as the third man? When you realized it after all these weeks that they unveiled Logan as the Vision, as the third man before Survivor Series, and since then he's been rocking the NWO-esque gear, doing more Hogan moves because he's subconsciously been cosplaying as the third man of the NWO when it was unveiled, and it was Hogan that was unveiled to be the third man. You have got to be shitting me, Rick. How have I not put that together all this time? Crowd on a sugar coma from the Hershey chocolate. I was hoping they'd be on a sugar high. I figured they'd be wanting to get chocolate wasted, or something. There is a great thing though at Hershey's Park when you go. You get to build your own Reese's or Hershey bar, and you can put whatever you want in the Hershey's bar or Reese's cup. Diabolical creations you can come up with. It's like $25. It's insane. Tommy Feds with a little speaker, a little clapboard. I love it, Tommy Feds. I mean, dude, isn't it crazy though that I can we just talk about this for a minute? I spit some of my greatest takes and theories on the nightcaps, and you guys get the distinct pleasure of knowing it. And then you get to see it play out. When I'm right, when I'm way wrong, like the whole Cena playing double duty, I own up to my my bad takes, and my bad predictions. But like when I hit that shit, or like I break it down, and it's like you guys sit there and you like tell me like that shit makes sense. It makes me feel good, man. He just hit a Hogan pose on the apron too. No, yeah, he's tonight. It's been all Hogan from Logan, and it's crazy to think that it took me this long to draw those lines together, that they've just been in front of me. What's he doing? Oh, he just put the cigarette out on his back. Oh, I come on, dude. See, for a guy like Logan, who's so athletically gifted, his limbs, he has the same issue and you guys are not going to like this. He has the very same issue as another guy with a similar build to him. He has the same issue as Trick Williams. Trick Williams is so athletic and so gifted on the mic, but his movements look weird. Now, mind you, I'm an armchair quarterback, right? Who am I? Please don't take this nothing less than a grain of salt. It's just an observation. But I notice what their movements with guys like Logan and Trick is when they have longer arms and longer legs, they're a lot more clunkier and awkward in the ring. Even with the athleticism, they look like they're trying to do it on slow-mo because they don't want to go too fast, because you can tell they're holding themselves back. I'd have to do a whole breakdown on this and side by side it. But if you look at Trick when he throws his kicks and his punches, and watch Logan when he throws his kicks and his punches, it's very similar because they have both long arms and legs, and it looks clunkier. And it could just be because Ray's so much shorter than Logan here that it looks like that. But I've noticed that between Logan and Ray, every match that they've had, they're awkward together. Podcast Mini with a that's a fair assessment. I mean, I appreciate that, Podcast Mini. I really do. This really is the main event of Raw. This is Masked Man written all over it. And I don't even have the Masked Man images saved anymore. I just figured we were just going to ignore that. WWE was just going to be like, yeah, nah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I'm very shocked right now. Very shocked that this masked individual hasn't appeared yet. Oh, here they are. Here's the other two of there's CM Punk with a chair. Oh, yeah. CM Punk finally gets his hands on. Oh, a little chair shot to the face to Bronson Reed. See, now Punk should be really taken off on. Whoa. So Masked Man, right? We're all pretty much in agreement here. Masked Man. Is he going to do what I think he's going to do? Wow. Oh, here's Heyman with the brass knucks. Brass knucks on the apron. Yeah, Ray, you should definitely throw those bad boys on and punch Logan Paul in the face. I absolutely think you should put those on. Here's the Masked Man with a fucking curb stomp to Ray. So it's all right. I've seen a nose. I see a nose. It is in fact not Montez Ford. We can confirm by process of elimination that is not Montez Ford. That is in fact. They are going to reveal it, it looks like. He's sticking around, the Masked Man. He's sticking around. It's fucking Jake, isn't it? It's fucking Jake Paul. It's fucking Jake Paul. It's Jake. It's going to be Jake Paul, isn't it? It's his brother. It's got to be. Who is it? They're revealing it. Who is this going to be? Come on. Don't do this bullshit. Oh, here comes Punk. Who is the Masked Man? Oh, they're unveiling it. Oh, that's Theory. That's Theory. That is, in fact, Austin Theory. It's Austin Theory. It's Bald Theory. It's Bald Austin Theory. did they do to my man? What did they do to Austin Theory? Bald Austin Theory? Oh, he just speared Punk. Well, I was wrong. They're not unveiling this on January 5th. They're unveiling it now. They got Austin Theory looking like fucking Daniel Garcia here, joining the fucking the Mox runners over there in AEW. You mean to tell me they had Austin Theory shave his head? For what? Because they couldn't have multiple handsome guys in the group? They said, nah, Austin Theory, the hair's gotta go, bro. If you want in the faction, hair's gotta go. All right, we got fuck you Theory chants from the crowd. Love it. Love it. At least they didn't drag this out like the devil with MJF and Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, so what'd they say? Look like a what I they really said we have to give them something. He looks really weird, dude. He looks weird. He looks strange. So everybody was wrong. Well, everybody was right, but wrong at the same time. It wasn't Montez Ford. It was Austin Theory. And we said this from kind of the jump last month. Like we kind of said, like, there's nobody really that makes a lot of sense here outside of a few. Austin Theory and Tony D were the names that were thrown around. Tony D returned to NXT. He confronted Obafemi. He confronted Ricky Saints. He confronted Javon Evans. He's confronted all these people. So Theory gets left on this island where it is obvious that it's Theory, because there's nobody logically that makes sense. And then plus when you draw on the fact of the build of the guy from Survivor Series, it was Austin Theory. Austin Theory does have history with Seth Rollins. They do have history. He did tag with Rollins during the pandemic. He was one of his disciples when he was the Messiah. So everyone's theory turned out to be correct. But Theory and Waller didn't work, so now they were pairing him with Logan. Look, Theory had nothing going for him whatsoever. WWE had an opportunity to make a mid-card heel and a mid-card baby face out of the pairing of A-Town Down Under. There was a slim opportunity for both of those guys. They were a tag team. They won gold. They lost gold right then and there. When they lost the gold, that should have been the separation of the two. The tension should have grown. It should have increased week after week after week after week. And then Theory and Waller should have effectively had a feud, thus taking Theory and turning him into a baby face, thus turning Grayson Waller into a full-fledged heel, getting both of these guys established in the mid-card. Boom. You've just created two guys that can go for the respective mid-card championship. One a baby face, because I don't believe a heel Austin Theory. We'll see how this plays out. Then you have Grayson Waller, who is by natural, his personality, his Australian godlike gimmick, it works just so naturally as a bad guy, as a heel. So you could have had them come out of this tag team with great potential on the horizon for both of them. Stock could have never been higher. Triple H dropped the ball, jerked everybody around, made a mockery out of it. They made it into a joke on television multiple times. Then Theory gets hurt. Done. Forget about Austin Theory for the last 6-9 months. They throw Grayson Waller with the New Day. Sure, why not? Why not? Grayson Waller's a great little mouthpiece. He works with the New Day. They're all delusional together. Great, fantastic. Now you have this big thing at Survivor Series. You run the mystery man, and it was always Theory. There was nobody in the company right now that fit that build that was on the same trajectory as a Logan Paul, a Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed is like kind of like he's like right at the edge here for me with that, because Logan and Theory are both super young. They can go another 20 years. Bronson Reed maybe got another 10, 15. He's late 30s. He's mid 30s, late 30s. So regardless of the fact, those three guys, right, they're the future of the company. Theory in that conversation as well. So it made all the sense in the world that it was Theory. As for this reveal, this is 100% the reveal so that you, the casual, not you, the hardcore fan, that we're here, because if we're here, you're hardcore. You're Raw. You know what I mean? You're wrestling. For the casual fan that's going to watch Raw tonight after Cena's retirement, because they're like, well, let's see what the WWE's doing now that our hero's retired. If you're kind of catching Raw and you see a reveal like this, you're going to be like, is that the guy that lost to John Cena at WrestleMania a few years ago? That's what you're going to see. Or you're going to be like, who's that bald fucking guy? Is that Daniel Garcia? Because that's what he looked like tonight, with the black, the black hoodie, the black pants, the black shoes. He looked like the cross between Jon Moxley and Daniel Garcia. They had a fusion, Dragon Ball Z fusion. And that's what he looked like tonight. The storyline, I think, is obviously going to be, oh, yeah, he beat Cena at WrestleMania. That's right. He beat Cena at Mania. Isn't that something? He beat Cena at Mania, and we all think that. I thought he lost to Cena. That's how bad that win did for him. Well, we got inside sources right now at the Hershey, at the Giant Center. They saved Cody Rhodes for the end, and they just set up for SmackDown again. He's about to come out. Very interesting. So I don't know what that looks like. Anyway, Austin Theory's the masked man. I don't really think that does much for. What does that really do? What does that really do for? I mean, let's come back to that. Let's come back to that. Let's come back to that. Let's kind of go back to the beginning of Raw, which really wasn't even the beginning of Raw, because the beginning of Raw was Gunther being an absolute downright evil European son of a bitch. But we start off on social media with a cinematically produced video that looked like it was from a Tubi movie, with Drew McIntyre, Nick Aldis at Drew's house, agreeing on the terms of his return to SmackDown. It was interrupted by Cody Rhodes, and they had a whole little home invasion, and we get this great ticker here at the bottom. Home invasions with Cody Rhodes. So we are now taking the Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre story, and we are throwing gallons of gasoline on it, because they are trying to create a big distraction for everybody, because of everything that transpired this past weekend with John Cena. They are trying to keep everybody locked the fuck into WWE till the Royal Rumble. Because, dude, I'm telling you right now, one slip up with WWE in the next couple months, listen, it's gonna be tough for them to keep people invested now, because you're gonna lose a large chunk of fans that were coming in and tuning in really the last 36 dates just for John Cena. So they are trying hard. That's why tonight we get a big reveal of Austin Theory as the masked man. We get the video package on social media before Raw goes live of home invasions with Cody Rhodes. What did Booking Like a Mark say? With the constant bloodline drama over the past 2 years, when was the last time someone was under a black hood who wasn't Samoan? That is a great question. That is a fantastic I think they've all been Samoan the last like 3-4 years. I don't really think we've had a masked man that wasn't Samoan. Oh, well, technically, the prime bottle at WrestleMania was in fact KSI. So I got you. I got one. Masked man. He was in a prime bottle costume. So I don't know if you want to count that or not. I don't know if that technically counts. Oh, here we go. We're back. Lock in, ladies and gentlemen. We are down 15 points. Kenny Gainwell is in the red zone, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Gainwell is in the red zone. Kenny Gainwell is in the red zone. I repeat, Kenny Gainwell is in the red zone in the fourth quarter. I need this touchdown. I need this garbage time touchdown. I am down by 15 points. Kenny Gainwell scores this touchdown. We have a chance to win, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Gainwell, need a touchdown, brother. Need it. Please, Aaron Rodgers. Do not give it to Jaylen Warren. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go to Kenny. It's got to go to Kenny. Oh, we got vultured earlier by Connor Hayward. Oh, all right, listen. I'm thinking it's Hell in a Cell. Ooh, baby. Can have Theory and Paul go after tag bouts. Theory and Paul definitely would be the tag team, I think. If Breakker does beat Punk for the world title, which I don't think will happen, I very well see Breakker going for the world title, Bronson Reed going for the Intercontinental title, Logan Paul and Austin Theory going for the tag titles. So that's a good shout. I like that. Sorry, guys. I got distracted, man. I really need this Kenny Gainwell touchdown right now. If Kenny Gainwell gets a touchdown, I will be very happy. We need the touchdown. We need the 6 points. We need the 6 points. Bare minimum. I'm down by 15. That's 6 cuts into it big time. And then we got garbage time running from Kenny Gainwell. Gets us to the promised land. This also would take away 2 points from his defense because he has the Dolphins defense. That would be huge right now. If Seth... I don't know what you mean by this, Rick. I'm thinking it's Hell in a Cell. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Hell in a Cell sounds about right. Gunther. If Seth is back for WrestleMania, maybe him and Braun. Okay, you could twist my arm about that. We did not get a Kenny Gainwell touchdown. Fuck. Well, it's over. I'm only down by 14 points, man. We needed a touchdown. We needed that Kenny Gainwell touchdown. Anyway, it'll be a somber night tonight here as well. Gunther opens Raw, calling John Cena a bitch. Then this absolutely diabolical mother trucker walks through the backstage, taunting personnel and talent. And then we finally get this. We get AJ Styles face to face with Gunther before Gunther gets in his Audi. Of course, he's driving an Audi, right? Why wouldn't he be driving an Audi? To get in his car, drive off, stop his car, and hit AJ Styles with a "You Can't See Me." I don't know what you call it, but I'm calling this some serious foreshadowing here because it is going to be 100% AJ Styles versus Gunther in some capacity when AJ Styles is retiring. Gunther will probably retire AJ Styles. Gunther will probably have the retirements of Goldberg, John Cena, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar under his belt before we end 2030. He will have retired all of those men. Dare I say, Gunther might even get to retire CM Punk, Randy Orton, and hell, maybe even officially retire Rey Mysterio. Now, I would like to think I would like to really think Rey Mysterio would be retired by Dom in a hair versus mask match, but well, fucking any way to give Gunther another name under his hit list, right? Am I right? I would expect that. So I would expect by 2030, he would have probably retired Punk, Styles, probably Jericho, Lesnar, and maybe even Randy Orton if Randy's done by that time by 2030. Because I think Randy said he's got like 5 more years. And that puts us in line. He said that in 2023 when he came back. That puts us in line with 2028. So that's 3 years from now. So it's a possibility. Now, to kind of break this whole thing down even further, they recognize that this is the exact reaction that they wanted from this whole thing. This is the exact reaction they wanted. This is the exact reaction they wanted. They wanted the crowd to chant, "You suck, asshole, F you." They wanted this. They did everything on that back. Everything that was done for this exact reaction. And I guess they win at the end of the day because look at the way the crowd reacted. So they got what they wanted. It all works out in the end. And that's it. This is what you get now. We have mega evil European final boss Gunther, who will take down just about anybody who gets in front of his way, unless they're Jey Uso, because Jey Uso will make him tap out. That's the one part that of this whole thing that just kills me. They let Jey Uso tap Gunther out. They let him go down like that. Like, it was stupid. Gunther is the new Goldberg. Who's next? Exactly. How about Dom saves Ray's career in a face turn and there isn't a dry eye in the house? I would be great. I would be A-okay with a Dom Mysterio redemption arc down the line. Gunther hasn't actually retired anyone. Goldberg's final match was already announced as his last, and so was John Cena's. To retire someone is to beat them down to the point they need to retire. That's true. That's true. I guess that's technically, you can get technical about it. You get very technical about it there. New Day versus the Usos. New Day versus the Usos. Usos win. Looks like they're going to have a date with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, probably on the January 5th Raw, because we got that announcement that Rhea and Io will take on the Kabuki Warriors. Javon Evans will take on Rayo next week, or Pete Dunne on Raw, which is wild. Women's Intercontinental Championship match was pretty good. Maxine looked good here against Ivy Nile. I'm enjoying everything that we've been getting with Maxine and the showcase of her and Natty. And last but certainly not least, Steiner Math with CM Punk. That's the crazy part. Now that's downright diabolical. Steiner Math with CM Punk. Now that was something. CM Punk felt like the most he felt like himself this entire run. Like, he was cutting people up. He was calling Braun Breaker's father and uncle dummies and making references to Steiner Math and calling Logan Paul a YouTube scammer. This shit was top tier. All right, top tier. CM Punk looks the best that he has looked in a long time. Tonight, he ends up getting speared, cut in half. I'm expecting Punk to pull out a little Bret Hart, maybe a little metal pan in the chest area for next week on Raw to kind of get Breaker and kind of a little reference that, just to kind of play up the whole Braun Breaker's dumb. He called him a cross-eyed Neanderthal, and he also said he's got a 1 IQ. So this was the most CM Punk I've seen in a while. And then he also said that if you invoke his wife's name, you will get 2011 CM Punk. So good to see that CM Punk still got the fire in him. This is the most I've seen him really apply himself to the promo. Really. Women's World Championship match interrupted by Nikki Bella. She just wants respect. I'm assuming a triple threat will be coming. But that's pretty much it for Raw, guys, man. Last nightcap of the year. We're going to start it off hot in 2026. I can promise you that. January 5th, we'll be live for Monday Night Raw, the 1-year anniversary of Raw on Netflix. So, ain't much else to say, but bye, guys. I'll see you in 2026.